My therapist helped me see that my inability to give myself permission to rest and my feelings of never being good enough came from my childhood. My parents taught us as children that our needs didn't matter and that we had to earn play through work, schoolwork, endless house chores, and parenting myself and my sisters because they didn't want to. At the age of 10, my days looked like this. I'd wake myself up in the morning while my parents were fast asleep till probably around midday. I'd get myself and my sisters ready, make breakfast, pack lunches. Then I'd walk us to school in the dark with my baby sister in the pram. I was barely tall enough to see over their handle. Walk past men relieving themselves on the side of the road to school. Drop off my baby sister at daycare and walk my middle sister and myself to primary school. At school, I was a top 3 academic performer every year and a competitive athlete. After school, I'd get my sisters and walk back home to find no parents. I'd make them food, put them to bed, clean up, do my homework, and go to sleep. Weekends were spent getting up early to take care of my sisters, cleaning the house from top to bottom, mowing the lawn, pulling weeds. My parents would be drinking and doing drugs at trance parties hours away, leaving us locked in the house for the entire weekend, from Friday afternoon till sometimes Monday morning, with their phone switched off to conserve battery power. One time I showed my mother I got 90% on a test, thinking she'd be proud of me. Instead, her response was, "Where's the other 10%? To which I said, "The rest of the class got 60%. My grade is exceptional." And she replied, "The rest of the class isn't my child. You are. Do better." They expected absolute perfection, a standard I could never meet. So my childhood was endless work, very little play, and no credit. And unknowingly, I carried these burdens into adulthood. If my parents got home and any work wasn't done, we'd be beaten. Like Cinderella's stepmom, my mother told us, I better see my reflection in every spoon. My therapist helped me see that to this day, I carry that fear and anxiety from childhood with me, that I'm not allowed to rest. I have to work. Otherwise, something terrible will happen. Our modern society values productivity as a measure of a human's worth. So relaxation and play, especially when not earned through work, is seen as laziness, and therefore, you're a bad citizen. You're not contributing to society. This is toxic. It's why we're so stressed and burnt out. Rest and fun are biological needs, not rewards. Make time for your mental health, or it'll make time for you. I was so focused on my physical pain and health that I completely ignored my mental health, having no clue that they were connected. Doctors don't tell you this. It was time to get help, but I could never afford therapy, and now that I was unemployed, I definitely couldn't. I was trying to stretch my savings as far as possible, so I told myself I'd have to wait until my business was making enough revenue before I could get therapy. After landing in the ER, I found out that my medical aid covers 15 therapy sessions a year. So I went to see a psychologist and started my mental health journey. I was diagnosed with severe trauma, depression, anxiety, and PTSD that I'd unknowingly been battling for years. I was really surprised, but also so relieved to finally have an explanation for all the struggles that I've been battling daily. I had all these invisible challenges on my plate that I and everyone around me never took into account. And I'm never going to thrive or perform at the level I expect of myself until I address these issues. When my health and productivity collapsed, a counterintuitive psychology fix saved me. 2-hour tiny experiments. By taking all the pressure off myself and allowing myself to follow my curiosity, my weekly output went from 2 hours to 47 hours with no extra stress. So if you're burnt out, struggling with your health, overwhelmed by the pressures of life and packed schedules, not enjoying the grind, or you still can't figure out your daily actions or your dream life, then this next video is for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.